Good afternoon. It is a fabulous, sunny summer afternoon, and we're getting ready to bring students on campus full-time beginning with August the 16th, and I am so excited that that day is coming towards us. This afternoon, we have Miss Lisa Sutton, who is the new principal at West Elementary with us, and she's going to help me describe what the traffic pattern is going to look like for our parent pickups whenever our students are on campus. So, Miss Sutton, there are only really a few changes that are going to happen, okay? Tell us, perhaps lead us through what some of those changes are going to look like.
Okay. As you enter our campus, you're going to come in where you have always entered our campus. You will turn to your left and go through our faculty parking. You will go around in a circle and come back up here to the rain grate right here. And at that point, there will be Officer BJ or a resource officer that will be standing here to direct you when to go into our traffic pattern. There will probably be cones that will denote that you don't need to enter the way that you're typically used to entering. So please pay attention to that. And stop and think, I need to go to the left through faculty parking, and again, circle back through here and stop and pause.
So what I understand is I'll come in like I normally would if I were picking somebody up. I would come down through where the staff would be parked normally. I will stop over here at this rain gate, and I will wait for further instructions from a resource officer, correct? Now what about how will we let the kids know that we're here so that we won't have an overabundance up here underneath the awning? And also, when should I get here on campus to make sure that I'm not interfering with the buses?
We ask that you don't arrive until 3 o'clock, and we know that that is different than what we have typically said, and we understand that. But we ask that also, once you arrive, you will sit here and wait for the officer to cue you in. And then once you get in our parent pickup line, if your child is not listening to the person that's calling them to come out, or if they forget their jacket, or if they forget their lunchbox, we're going to have to ask you to cue back into this line. We can't stop traffic for your child to go back in the building, get their items that they're missing, and then come back in the line where we're dropping off. So you're going to have to queue back into this line, and you're not going to want to do that. It's going to prolong your stay on campus, put you back into traffic again. So we used to let you come down here and park and sit and wait until your child went back in the building, but that's just not going to be an option this year.
And that's so important for me to understand and for everyone else to understand, because it sounds like we have an announcement system for our kids where someone out here calls for the child. That child is then called for in the building somehow, but we need to make sure that my children understand, get your things together and get yourself out there where you need to be, so we keep the traffic line moving. I think that's really important to remember. So I heard 3 o'clock. I heard make sure that our kids know what to do, and I know that inside we'll have teachers that'll be helping them remember as well, and then we'll be able to move the car pattern through very quickly.
It's been a safety issue here at West for years of where we back up onto our 4-lane, and we know that's not safe for our parents, and everything we're doing here is trying to keep our students safe, our parents safe, and of course our faculty too.
Now, we've had several different traffic patterns suggested to us from different organizations, and this is kind of middle of the road. And the reason I think that this one has been selected is because it really gives us a real separation between bus students and parent pickup students, correct?
Yes, that was a concern for us. Some of the measures that had been given to us and options were just, we didn't feel comfortable. And so we are going to try this. Please be patient with us. If you've had a student here at West Elementary, you know that first week is a little bit crazy with the traffic pattern and how we back up. So please be patient with our staff as they adjust to this, as well as our parents and our students. But all of this is being done for your safety.
You know, speaking of being patient with us for our staff and everything, we're still going to have staff members parked in this parking lot, correct?
Yes, so please be cautious as you come through. You know, and I've reached out to different schools that they're parking at this time, and the way they loop is the same way, and they've said, you know, at this point they've had no real concerns. Of course, there's always, you know, something that might happen, but please, if that does, please reach out to Officer our resource officer here, whoever that might be, and just make sure that we know that something's happened.
And I think it's important that our public also understands that one of the reasons that we're making these changes is because they've requested that we help get them off of the highway, because our line of cars has extended pretty far down. So I really think this is a good pattern for us. It'll just take us a little time to make sure that it works, and there are other options that we can add to or take away with this, so that if it doesn't work perfectly the first couple of weeks, we can then adjust and make it better for you as well. Now, Ms. Sutton, you've been part of our school system for a lot of years. You've had several different jobs. What are you looking forward to the most as we get towards August the 16th?
Well, we've already been experiencing a little bit of that with our pizza, popsicle, and play nights we've had here. The rain has not been our friend, but we were drowned rats last night, and I jokingly told Mr. Sale, that group of parents saw me at my worst for sure, because I was soaked. But we have had so much fun. The kids laughing and playing. The parents are so excited, I think, to have their students back, and we are too. And it's just that I never tire of the first day of school. Yeah. I never tire. It gives me cold chills. I love it. I love dressing up, greeting them, and just being ready for them to come through those doors. And this is a new role for me, and I'm excited. I'm anticipating great things. We've got some staff changes that we'll be making our public aware of, and teachers and parents. But I feel the excitement already.
And I think that's important. I'm glad that you said we've got some changes that we'll be making you aware of. I think it's important to reiterate the fact that there are changes and announcements that'll be happening with each of our schools, and it's incredibly important that parents and neighbors and the public pay attention to our Facebook pages and social feeds, so that you'll know what's going on. And we've got one significant issue that we're dealing with right now, and it has to do with the fact that on July the 31st, the governor has said that the mask mandate's going away, and we're going to be able to do this and this and this. And then the Centers for Disease Control backed up on that and said, no, we believe that you should still be wearing masks even if you're immunized. So that's thrown everyone into a little bit of a spin. And so tomorrow night, which will be Thursday, July the 29th, our school board is going to meet at 6 o'clock, and we're going to put all of the information out in front of them. Allison Cochran will be there, and the school board will then come up with what we as a school system believe is best for our students. I can't give you a hint in any way about what's going to come out of that. I don't know what they're thinking completely, but what I know that they're going to consider is what is in the best interest of our students and our staff, for their safety first, and then for their educational opportunities after that. And just to remind you that this is really another one of those really difficult decisions. On the west side of us, we have a school system that is going to go one direction, and on the east side of us, we have a school system that's going to go almost the exact opposite. I don't know what's going to happen. So I would encourage you to watch the Maroon Devil Network feed tomorrow night for Thursday's board meeting, and make sure that you're up to date. And if you want to contact us with your thoughts, or our school board, I know that they would love to hear from you. We're going to do the very best that we can for all of our students and for all of our staff. So, Ms. Sutton, do you have any parting wishes or thoughts before we close out and get ready for next week?
Just if you're not a member of our Facebook page, please follow us there. That is where a lot of our information goes out. Make sure your phone numbers and your emails are accurate with our secretary, so that we get information out in every possible way we can. We are so excited however we come back.
Right.
We're ready for our kids to be back, and we're ready for our families to be back.
It's so much different than it was this time last year, because last year we were wondering if we're going to be in the classrooms or not. Right. I can guarantee you we're going to be in the classrooms. Yes. It's just a matter of what that's going to look like completely. So until the next time, when we will probably be at East Elementary meeting their new principal, we want to say thank you for being part of our Swain family as always. And remember, we want to work with you in any way we can. So God bless you, and have a great day.